right? For a lot of you guys that don't actually know me, my name is Montelhanson. As Chris said, going into my 5th year in I Am Master Academy now, and this has really been something that I've grown up in. Right, when I look at it in that sense, I've really grown up in this business. Right, I got started age 19. Right now I'm 23, going into 24. And prior to this, I was working a corporate job. Right, I was working a corporate job. But I always had an interest for trading. In my job, I would see traders. I would see people invest in other people's money in the banks. So I was always interested into how it worked, right? And then, I went to an event. I met my mentor, Mr. Junior Alexander, and he showed me this platform. And I went ahead and got started. And that's really where the journey began, right? That's really where the journey began. But I'm really going to dive right into it. I'm going to be giving you guys some game right now. And I know if you take this and apply this, it will change your life the way it's changed mine. What I'm going to really be teaching them is a philosophy that I've come up with, right? A formula that I've come up with. And what you want to do is be in this game long enough that you can then go on and create your own formulas, right? But you can only do that by staying in the game long enough. All right, guys? So I'm going to get right into it, right? I was on my run. I think it was a couple of days ago. I work out every day. I go for a run in the morning, and that's really where I let my ideas come. All right, that's really where I let my ideas come into fruition. And we can talk about that a little bit later on. I'll be answering some questions. But, I came up with this formula. When I run, I listen to David Amanite, right, our mentor, Chairman 750. I listen to him on one of his audios called Conceive, Believe, and Achieve. That's the first thing you should be writing down, because you definitely want to be listening to that audio. I've given it to Chris, so he can share it to his group as well. If you're in my group on this call, you definitely got access to that audio. But you want to have this on constant repetition, right? Because it will literally grow you as a person. It will grow you as a leader. It will grow you as someone in faith. It will grow you as an investor, whatever it is, whatever type of growth you're looking for, this audio will give it to you. But, as I'm running, I'm listening to what he's saying, and, I'm really thinking about the word learn. I don't know why, I'm just thinking about the word learn, all right? He talks about learning knowledge on that audio. He talks about many things on the audio, but I'm just thinking about the word learn. And whilst I'm thinking about this word, I came up with a little acronym with it, right? So I want you to write the word down, learn, L-E-A-R-N. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. The title of this call, right, is Learn to Get Paid. And you're going to see why I've done that at the end, right? Learn to get paid. So I want you to write like an acronym, L-E-A-R-N, okay? Learn to get paid. For every letter in the word learn, I came up with a word that suits that entire word, all right? I came up with a word that has impacted my belief, a word that has grown me as a leader, a word that has helped me on my way to chairman, that's gonna help you on your way to chairman. That's gonna help you on your way to 6 figures, 7 figures as a trader, whatever it is. Because the best thing about this business is that trading and building the business, they go hand in hand, you see, all right? So, when you look at whatever you have to do to build a business to go chairman, is the same thing you have to do to go 6 figures in your trading account, all right? So, when I was looking at it, the first word I was really focusing on is listen, right? So next to that word learn, I want you to put listen. Okay, I'm gonna break it down. To do anything great, to be any sort of success, you need to listen to somebody that has success, right? Who are you continuously listening to? If you're listening to yourself, that probably explains the results that you have. So what you have to do, exactly what Chris done the other day when he called me, it was literally like 11:30 at night and we spent an hour on the phone, but he saw that I had the results that he wanted. He reached out to me and he listened to some advice that I gave him, right? So the first word is listen. I'm going to tell you why, because listening, I want you to write this down. Listening is a gateway to your heart, right? Listening is a gateway to your heart. And as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, right? We say, oh, I love this song. This is my favorite song. Oh, I love that sound. It sounds good. Some people, my girlfriend, she loves the sound of, I can't remember the cool, but when people eat food, like the way the food sounds, she loves it. Some people will love the sound of nature, the birds chirping. Some people love the sound of music. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you want to get something into your heart, there's really and truly two ways you can do it: through your eye gate and your ear gate. If you see something, oh, I love those pair of shoes, they look good, right? Oh, I love that jacket, it looks good. Oh, I love that chain, right? You know, so we're talking about our five senses here, but really and truly, if we're looking at gateways to our heart, it's through your eyes and your ears. So the first word I'm talking about when it comes to learning, if you really want to learn to get paid, the first thing is, who are you listening to? All right? Are you listening to things that, you know, are growing your faith? Are you listening to things that are growing you to become that chairman? Are you listening to the right audios that are going to help you with your trading? Are you listening to the right Go Live educators that are going to help you with your investing? Right? Are you listening to chairmen that are, you know, inspiring you? Okay. You know, guys, you got to understand that faith comes by hearing. So what are you hearing on a daily basis? Right? What audios are you listening to on a daily basis? You know, I asked Chris on that call. I said, Chris, when was the last time you continuously rinsed out an audio? Like you meditated on it. You listened to it so much, you meditated on it. When was the last time you done that, Chris? I asked him that. You know, any leader that comes to me, I ask them the same thing. Because faith comes by hearing. I can look at your faith and I can know, okay, is this person listening to the right things or listening to the wrong things? Well, if I was to ask Chris, you know, when was the last time you listened to music? When was the last time you listened to Fredo? When was the last time you listened to this rapper? The answer could be completely different. But Chris is an example of all of us. All of us tend to listen to music because it's great. You know, it makes us feel good and this and that. But for us to really go the extra mile, we have to do things we don't necessarily want to do, which is when you might be feeling a bit demotivated, you need to go and listen to that podcast that has the answers. You need to go and pick the phone up like Chris did to your mentor that has the answers, to someone that has the answers. And most importantly, this, guys, you know, you got to understand, you can't let everyone talk to you, right? You know, some of you guys have been in the business a year, 2, 3 years, and you're hanging around with the same friends that are talking bad about your business. What do you think that's going to do for you in the business? Yeah, outside the business, you're all pally-pally, but in the business, you can't be productive because your friends are telling you you can't do it, right? You know, you have to be careful of who you let speak into your life, all right? And that's part of conceiving an idea. You know, you need people around you saying, Montel, you're going to be a millionaire. Montel, you're a multi-millionaire. Montel, you're a billionaire. Chris, you're a billionaire. Chris, you're a multi-millionaire, right? You need people around you. So you need to seek out those people. You need people encouraging you, all right? And you know, when you really look at manifestation, you can write down on a piece of paper, oh, I want to get mentored by this person. I want to get mentored by Matt Rosa. I want to get mentored by David Eminite. It's something I've done numerous occasions. Books that he signed for me, I said, I will get mentored by David Eminite and we'll speak on a continuous basis. Today, you know, I spoke to David today, right? Spoke to David yesterday, right? So you can actually attract the mentor that you want, but it's also up to you to put the work in, okay? So the L stands for listen. Just go and drop a listen in the chat if you're following me right now, okay? The L stands for listen. Who do you listen to? You're listening to your friends that aren't really adding value to your life? You're listening to music, right? That's giving you the instructions to do the wrong things? Or are you listening to your mentors? Are you listening to successful podcasts? Are you listening to the right audiobooks? Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, right? Conceive, Believe, and Achieve. Are you listening to Bryce Thompson's podcast? This is what you need to be thinking about, all right? So the L in learn stands for listen. If you want to really learn how to get paid, it starts with your listening. Who are you listening to? Okay. Now let's talk about the E, right? What comes next in learn? Let's talk about the E. For the E, there's so many things I could have put down for E. You know, we have education. You know, there's so many things, but I really wanted to stick to 2 things right here. All right. I wanted to stick to 2 things. And these 2 things are experience and environment. Okay, go ahead and write that down. Experience and environment. Okay, you're gonna see something magical here with what I'm about to tell you. You know, I was on the phone to one of my mentees, you know, Shania Cortez, and she had someone that she was mentoring alongside her. And this amazing lady, she said, you know, I know where it is I want to go. I really want to get there. Sometimes I'm motivated. After this call, I'll be motivated, but tomorrow, you know, there's just something stopping me. And I said, that's a beautiful thing you said right there, because only recently I've understood what that is, you know, and that's the fact that most people, remember this might be you right now, most people only believe the past failures that they've had in their lives, right? You know, me, I may have won a couple of trophies in football when I was in school. I may have won a couple of trophies. I used to play American football as well, but going through school, I was getting C's, B's at the highest. I wasn't the brightest spark in school. Only got a couple of trophies in sports. So I didn't have great achievements. So coming into this business, if you haven't had great achievements like 99% of the world, all right, coming into this business, guess what? You're going to believe exactly what's happening in your past. And I told her, I said, your brain is either replaying your past or pre-play in the future. Remember that. I heard that from Alex Morton. Your brain is either replaying the past or pre-play in the future. So you can be in this business right now, but your brain is replaying the past whilst you're in this business. And you know, if no one's joined your business for a week, guess what? You're going to be replaying that. Oh, no one's going to join my business this week. All right. You know, you've blown your trading account before and that's all you think about. Guess what? You're going to blow it again because your mind is replaying the past. So this is where you got to really change it now. You got to start pre-playing the future. You see, your self-confidence right now is built off the experiences you've had in your past. Okay? And that comes from what you're listening to, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, your environment, all right? These things create your self-confidence. What if you could change that and really start to experience the things you want? Go to wealthy places. I was talking to Chris, you know, he's telling me, you know, he went to the wealthy places. He's gone to Harrods. He's been to the dealerships. You want to do that because your belief system will now say, wow, it's possible. You know, it's possible to sit in this car. It's possible for me to have this car, I should say, because I've sat in it. And, you know, the mind doesn't know, the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie. It doesn't know. And you may say, Montel, how do you know that? Well, let's say, you know, I've had a dream recently. It was so real. I woke up and I thought it was real, right? I woke up, you know, it wasn't the greatest of dreams, but I woke up and I was like, damn, like, what happened? Because the mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and the lie. It just knows what's happening, what's going on. So if you're in a Bentley that you want, if you're in a Ferrari, and I've done this countless of times, I've been to the Rolex store, right? And I've been trying on watches to the point they're like, yeah, just try it. They have 5 out. They don't even care because they knew I wasn't going to buy it at the time. But now I have one on my wrist, but I had to go there and put it there before it could even be on my wrist full time, all right? I took my mind out of replaying the past, which was me not having a Rolex. I started to pre-play the future, and now I have a Rolex today. So you have to start to trick your subconscious mind. You have to go to the car dealership. If you haven't been, I challenge you. Saturday coming up, go to a car dealership. Just go and sit in your favorite car. You never been to Harrods before? I challenge you. Go to Harrods. Go and stretch your desires, because once your mind is stretched, it can't go back to what it was before. Right? It can't go back to what it is before. Whatever you experience in life, you will believe. So to that young lady I was talking to today, you've experienced things in the past. They may not have been the greatest things. You want to start to change that. You want to start going and experiencing greatness. You know, experience wins, experience victories, all right? Experience wealth. So now you become accustomed to it. And the more you're around it, your subconscious is going to say, I like this and I want more of it. Whatever you think about, you attract more of. So if you're in these, and I'm not saying, you know, just go to these places and do nothing all the time. No. You know, of course, you have to put the work in, but you can take time out of your week to just go and sit in a car that you've never sat in before. All right? Get your 5 senses accustomed to the lifestyle. So now you go out there and put the work in this vehicle to get there. All right? So you have to experience these things. The next thing is your environment. You have to change your environment, guys. All right? Change your environment. You know, get around people that are successful with the results that you want. You're in this call right now. That's the first step. You're showing the desire. But now, all right, cool. Can I find more information like this? Can I go on YouTube? Can I listen to, you know what I done? I'll be completely honest with you guys. All right. You know, after we hit Chairman 10, a year later, I D-ranked to P5. And what did I do? There was a time I was speaking to David and you know, we was having a good conversation, but I said, I really want to study this guy. I need to study this guy. So what I done, I literally went on his YouTube all the way down to the bottom to like 2012 or something like that. You know, crazy, like literally 10 years ago. And I found every YouTube video that had David's name in it, every training that David ever done. And I studied it. I listened to it. Then I realized that conversations actually had more substance to it because I understood who he is. I understood what he's about because I studied him. And just from me studying that information, applying that information allowed me to get Chairman 10 back. All right. So guys, you got to understand, you know, you can really change your environment. You don't have to be around a chairman to be in the same environment as a chairman. Right. You know, he says on the audio, he never met Jim Rohn. Right. He never met Claude Bristol, the guy that made Magic of Believing. But he attracted that mentorship. He was plugged into the mentorship. You don't have to meet me. You don't have to be around the Matt Rose, or you don't have to be around the David Mbinitie, but you can still study it because it's not mentorship is key, but you got to understand it's the information that matters. It's the information. Are you seeking the information and applying it? Because if you sit down with a Matt Rosa, he's going to tell you the same thing that he says on the video call, on a Zoom call in real life. If I sit down with David Mbinitie and I say, David, you know, what should I do? He's going to tell me success formula. Right? Desire plus skill times faith equals success. He's going to tell me things I already know. So it's not about sitting down with a mentor. It's not about doing this all the time. Yeah, that's important. There'll be a time and a place for that. But understand it's on you to go out there and seek out the information. Right? It's on you to go out there and seek out the information. So are you getting around the people that have the results you want? And the reason why you want to do that, the reason why you want to come to these conventions like the Barcelona convention coming up, is because at these events, they start to give you a clear picture of what's to come for you. I remember my first event, it was so funny. You know, I think I was a P2000, I went to Vegas. I was a P1000. I went to Vegas and that was the best event I've ever been to. But one of the things that stood out to me, right? You know, all the chairmen, they were going on stage. Back then they had like a chairman jacket. So instead of getting a ring or a trophy, they give you a jacket. And there was this guy, he was like really extra, extra large, that his jacket couldn't even fit in. He couldn't fit on the jacket. You know, he just went upstairs and he was so humble about it. And he was just like, yep, I did it. I'm no different to you. If I can do it, so can you. But you know what that did? That inspired me. Because I said, if this man can do it, then so can I. You're going to come to Barcelona, you're going to see people that look just like you. Asian people, white people, black people, Latino people. You're going to see people just like you, right? That are no special than you. They're not special than you. I may not even have half the skill sets that you have. But the difference, and write this down, they do things in a certain way. If you want to get rich, they have to do things in a certain way. That man that was on stage that was triple XL, he was doing things in a certain way that I wasn't doing at the time. And that inspired me. And it said, you know what, if that man can do it, so can you. That's why you need to be around successful people, right? Because you'll start to see, you know, if I cut that man, he's going to bleed. If I cut myself, I'm going to bleed. He's not Superman. I can do it too. All right? It starts to show you more of the end result. It starts to show you more of what's to come for you. When I'm around David in Dubai or in Houston, I start to see his house. I start to see how he lives. Yep, I start to see what's going to happen for me in the next 5-10 years. Right? But when you're not around that environment, when you're not around that vision, what tends to happen, you lose sight of them. Right? So, you know, you don't want to have a vision board. You come into my place right now, you're not going to see like a little vision board with a little picture of a car, you know, a little picture of my house. You're not going to see this thing. I have a vision environment. You right now, you want to create a vision environment. I remember him saying this on the call. David said this on the call. He said, I'm going to ask you guys on this call right now. He said, the house that you're living in, is that your dream home, right? The house that you're living in right now, is that your dream home? Go and type in the chat. I want to see, all right? No, 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 no. If the house that you're living in right now is not your dream home, then mess it up, right? Mess it up with what you want to become your dream home. Go and get the right pictures. Go and get the car, the Ferrari that you want, the Lamborghini that you want. Go and get the pictures of what it is you want to become and put it up. Go and put it up. I'm not saying all over your house. Have a room that when you go into that room, it's your sanctuary. No one can mess with that space, all right? That's what you need to do. You come into my place right now, you see, I know exactly what's going to happen when they hit Chairman 25, Chairman 50, Chairman 100, Chairman 250, 500, 750. I already know what I'm going to do with this amount of money. I already know what car I'm going to get. I already know what clothes I'm going to buy. I already know these things. They're around me. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to create a vision environment, right? Not just a vision board, okay? And the reason why you want to do this is because you have to remind yourself of where you're going. Check this, check this. You might be in a situation right now. What happens when you lose sight of where you're going, you start to focus on what's going wrong in your life right now, as opposed to what's going to happen. Some of you guys have lost sight of your future. You may be an IM for a year. You may be an IM for 2 years. And, you know, you was fired up at the beginning. Oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire. Yeah, it's done. But you don't have the signs to show that. All right, if I'm in London and I'm trying to get to France, I need a roadmap. I need signs to show me how to get there. If I don't have those signs and I lose sight of where I'm going to get lost. Some of you guys are lost right now because you don't have the signs showing you where you're going. You don't have the signs showing you your future, right? So don't lose sight. Don't start to focus on, oh, what's going wrong? This person left my business today. Or I blew my trading account last week. Is it ever going to work for me? So many people do that, right? You don't want to do that. And the way you don't do that is by having a vision environment, putting the signs up of where it is that you're going. And you know why? Because you become what you think about. Like I said earlier, you become what you think about. So if you're continuously thinking, oh, this person's left my business, I blow my trading account, you're continuously frustrated, what do you expect to happen? You're going to get more frustration in your life, right? So that's the E. Go and drop an experience and environment for E in the chat, all right? So we had listen, experience, environment. These are 3 things so far that have really helped me get to where I am, all right? Next thing we're going to talk about is the A. A stands for application, right? You know, when I was running, I said, I could be sat on these calls every day. I could be listening to all these podcasts, Even Tapia, David Eminite. I could have been sat down listening to these things, but if I don't apply them, then nothing's going to come of it. Guys, listen, knowledge is dead without action, right? Knowledge is dead without action. If I'm listening to David and he's saying, show the plan 2 to 3 times a day, 5 to 6 nights per week, and I'm just saying, yeah, 2 to 3 times a day, 5 to 6 nights a week, and I ain't doing it, then what's the point of listening? Don't waste your time listening to something if you ain't gonna do it. Log off this call right now if you ain't even gonna really apply what I'm trying to tell you, right? So application, remember this, write this down. Information plus application equals transformation, right? So you take the information from these calls or these podcasts, you apply them, and that's where the change happens. Not just information equals transformation. No, information plus application really gives you the transformation that you want in your life, right? That's what's going to give you that transformation. All right, guys. Knowledge is dead. I've seen so many people come and go, in my group even, taking notes on every Zoom call. Yep. Right? But when push comes to shove, what life is about is really about applying what it is you know. Personal development isn't really taking notes. Personal development is when that obstacle comes up, when that situation in life comes up, are you going to apply what it is that you've learned? That's what personal development is. I heard even Tapia say that at training. I want you to remember that personal development isn't listening to Bob Proctor all day. It isn't listening, just sat down listening to David Eminite all day. It's when now you've got that information and you know what to do in the situation if it comes up again. When that situation arises, are you going to apply what you learned from Bob Proctor? Are you going to, when someone gets on your nerves, are you going to get frustrated? or are you going to stay cool and collected? Right? Are you going to stay with the wrong environment, stay with the wrong people, or are you going to change that and go with the right people after this call? Right? So application. Don't just be plugged in all day. Okay? Don't just be plugged in all day. You need to go out there and apply it. Okay, so as we move on, the art is repetition. Repetition. When I was talking to Chris a couple of weeks ago, I said, bro, you need to be continuously listening to personal development, right? Continuously listening to personal development. It's the only way that you can drive that out. Go and write that down. Constant repetition is the only way you can drive doubt out. Doubt is natural, right? Doubt is natural. Worrying is natural. As unfortunate as it is, it's natural. People worry all the time. People doubt all the time. But the way you can actually say, I'm not going to doubt, I'm not going to worry, is by you having constant repetition of the right information. You continuously finding, podcasts, audiobooks, and listening to it again and again and again. Magic of Believing, my first year in network marketing, right? Conceive, Believe, and Achieve. Continuously listening to these audios again and again and again. You may have started and then you stopped. Well, this call is to remind you to start again. Start today. Start right now after this call. Go and listen to an audio. Because if you're not listening to someone that has the results you want, you're listening to yourself. That's what I had to realize a few years ago. And I was like, self, you're broke, right? I'm listening to myself, yeah, you need to do this, yeah. And I'm like, now I need to find someone that has the results that I want. I need to find an Ivan Bungbo that has the results that I want. I need to find a Zain Khan. I need to find a David Imbenite. I need to listen to these guys. It's time for you to get out of your head and start living in the head of someone that's making multiple millions. So then you can eventually make multiple millions. All right? Think about this, guys. Information. It goes in, right? It forms, and then the shun is action. That's powerful when I understood that. In, form, action, okay? So any type of information that's coming in is going in, is forming, and the shun is action. So the information that you listen to every day, that will create the action that you take. So are you listening to negativity? Are you listening to doubt? Are you listening to bad words? Are you listening to things that aren't pushing you towards your goals? Because that's creating the action that you're going to take. Or are you listening to empowerment? Are you listening to belief? Are you listening to things that are increasing your faith? Are you listening to the people saying you can do it as opposed to the people that are saying that you can't? All right? So that's why you always need to be in constant repetition of this personal development, of learning in itself, repeatedly, saying your goals, speaking your goals, so that you're hearing it repeatedly, seeing your goals over and over and over again, so you can see it so much that it gets stuck in your subconscious mind. Go into the car dealership again and again and again, right? Because now guess what? When you have to learn the skills of the 3 Ps, prospecting, presenting, and promoting, you're gonna say, you know what? Because I sat in that Bentley and I need that Bentley, the only way I can get that Bentley is through prospecting, presenting, and promoting. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, right? Or you know what? Fibonacci seems a bit hard. Elliott wave seems a bit hard. The pitchforks theory seems a bit hard with trading. But if I really want to make 6 figures trading, because I sat in that Bentley, and that's the only way I can get the Bentley, by understanding the pitchfork theory, I'm gonna go out there and learn it, right? So repetition of the right information is gonna form the action that you take towards your goals. If you're not moving towards your goals, what are you listening to, right? What form of personal development are you continuously listening to? Okay, my battery is about to die. Let me get my charger, 2 seconds. But if you're getting value, go and put some sevens in the chat. Let's go. Give y'all a little break. I need to give you guys a little break because we're going too crazy with the value right now. Even my laptop's like, it's too much sauce, Montel. I need to make sure you guys are really getting it, man.
My laptop's like, no, it's too much source. Let me turn down. Let me shut down right now. I'm having an overload right now. if you guys enjoying the cool, let me know, man. Let me know if you guys are fired up, if it's making sense. If I'm going too fast, let me know. But I get passionate, man. You know, when this clicked, I was like, yo, I said, what am I gonna train for Chris's group? What am I gonna teach Chris about today? I said, let me not just go over the same stuff. Let me really tell him what I've just had a revelation in my life, right? But like I said, information. It goes in, forms, and the shun is action. All right. You have your goals. The only way you can take action towards them every day is if you're continuously on personal development, continuously around the right environment, continuously having the right conversations, continuously having the right experiences. You're continuously listening to your goals, listening to your mentors, seeing your goals. Trust me. You think I worry about people leaving my business? Do you think I worry about what's going on outside of this business? Do you think I worry about what's going on, the negative things going on in the world right now? No, because that's not really where my frequency is. Right? My frequency is so far above and beyond that I'm not really focusing on these things. Why? Because I'm continuously listening to the right information. Okay? And that's allowed me to take the right action. Okay? So that is, the art, repetition, okay? Learning never stops. You want to be doing it repeatedly. And the N, ladies and gentlemen, is never ending, right? The N stands for never ending, right? Never ending. Learning is a never ending process. Write this down. It's pretty simple. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying, right? You never want to learn. Life is the best teacher, okay? You know, you may have done something wrong when you first joined IM. You learn how to not do it wrong. So when that situation comes up again, really apply what you learned so you don't do it wrong again. There's no such thing as losses. Everything's a lesson. The moment you start teaching that is the moment you're going to start living. Remember this, you can't connect the dots backwards in life. You can only live them forward. That was powerful. I think I heard that quote like 2 days ago. You cannot connect the dots backwards. Now, you can only connect the dots backwards. You can't connect them forward, but you can only live forward. You have to live, guys. Live, live, live. Life is a never-ending process when it comes to learning, all right? You're gonna learn more, I can't remember who I was speaking to in my group. That was like, it was a brand new person that actually got started around a month ago. He's like, I know that I've learned so much compared to when I first joined. I know that I'm a different person. And I can't wait to keep going on this journey. I'm like, that's insane. The fact that you can notice that growth within a month, that's insane. That's amazing, right? So you're gonna start to see growth. But guess what? You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going repeatedly, every day. Keep growing, keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. All right, guys? So that's really the learn, okay? So again, if you got learn, go and put it in the chat. Go and let me know what learn stands for. So if you're gonna learn to get paid, you're gonna listen, okay? You're gonna experience these things. You're gonna change your environment to a conducive environment for your success. You're gonna apply, right, the information that you're getting on a daily basis from your mentors. Repeatedly, repetition, right? You're gonna do these things over and over and over again, all right? And the end is never ending. If you really want to learn to get paid, you never stop learning. The moment you stop, the moment you start dying, all right? Now let's talk about getting paid. You guys thought I was gonna leave you and just learn. Of course, we love to learn, but we need to get paid too, right? So if you want to learn to get paid, go and drop a paid in the chat, right? P-A-I-D, okay? If you're taking notes, all right? Like my man Abdul is, I can see you, Abdul, shout out to you. I see you with your notepad and pen, right? Go and write a P-A-I-D. Go and write that down. All right. Now, you're on your journey in entrepreneurship, and we see people, they might be blowing up the business, they might be blowing up the trading accounts. And we're like, why is that happening for me? Well, the P stands for patience, right? Your time is going to come. Your breakthrough is going to come. You got to be patient through the process, all right? You have to have the perfect piece of all understanding. I know my business ain't growing right now. People ain't coming into my business right now, but I have the perfect piece, right?
I know my trading account isn't where I want it to be right now, but you need to have the perfect piece. All right? Because your time is coming. Guys, understand this. Another P is persistence. Persistence is the seed of faith. Right? Persistence is the seed of faith. If you know and you believe that you're going to become a millionaire through I am, you're going to continue to go down that path. The moment you stop believing is the moment you become less persistent. And then that's the moment you become less consistent, and then you start to fall off. Right? So persistence is the seed of faith, guys. All right, keep believing. You're going to be doing that by hearing and seeing. All right, family. All right, so you have to stay patient on this journey. You need to have the perfect piece that your goals are going to come true. Okay, the A in paid is activity mode. Okay, so we've learned, now we need to get paid. I need to stay patient on my journey. I need to be in activity mode. All right, the 3 P's, write them down. These are the skills you need to master: prospecting, promoting, presenting, all right, presenting. I was going to say presentation, all right, but prospecting, presentations, and promoting. Those are the 3 P's. If you're doing everything else, when it comes to learning these things and applying them, it's no problem. Prospecting, presenting, promoting. Prospecting, presenting, promoting, launching, getting people started. Those are 4 key skill sets. Right? In activity mode. If you look at your day, it should be filled up with prospecting. Who am I presenting the business to? Am I promoting the Barcelona event? And what new customers am I getting started today? Of course, you're going to be in activity mode with your trading as well. Have I got my trade setups done in the morning? Am I doing them in the afternoon? Am I doing them in the evening? All right, activity mode. You have to be in activity mode. If you want to have paid off results, you want to get big payouts on the Fridays when it comes to residual days, you want to have big paid withdrawals from your trading accounts, you need to be in activity mode. All right, the I stands for inspired. And that's where the information comes into play. All right, you need to be listening to the audios, you need to be going to the events, going to the conventions all the time. I've never missed, before this COVID stuff, I've never missed a convention in my entire life. Right, Vegas, Dallas, Miami, you name it. Houston, I've been to every convention that we've had. That's where the inspiration comes in. For me to even go chairman, I was inspired by another chairman that I saw in Vegas when I was a P2000. Right? But check this out, guys. After you've written down inspired, you need to understand this. You need to wrap your inspiration around with expectation. Okay? Don't go to the event with no expectation. And I think I was telling Chris this, when you look at the word expectancy, right? You need to have expectancy. When you say expectancy, expect and see, right? When you have expectancy, you can expect it and you will see it. Don't go to the event, oh, I'm going to go and get fired up by Bryce Thompson, or David's going to make us believe and jump up and down, or even Tappy is going to make us harm, and yeah, I'm going to believe, I'm going to come. No. What are you expecting from this event? Are you expecting to learn a new strategy? Are you expecting to get gems to go chairman? Are you expecting to meet this person? Are you gonna get the chance to speak to a Bryce Thompson and ask him a question that you really need answered that only Bryce Thompson can answer? How to build in colleges, all right? Are you gonna speak to David Eminite and you see him in the corridor and ask him a question, all right, that only David can answer, right? Something about he's 17 years of building businesses. Are you going to meet Even Tapia and ask him a question, something only Even Tapia can answer, right? So you need to be inspired at these events, but you need to have expectation. Are you going to see a Go Live educator in Barcelona and ask them that question that you've been wanting to ask them for so long? That you might not get the answer to in Go Live, but you will in person, right? Expect and see, it will happen. Are you expecting to bring 50 people to Barcelona, 100 people to Barcelona, and then when you come back, you can expect chairman? What did I do when we had the London convention? I didn't just expect to get inspired. I brought over 120 people to that event. I expected people to go P1000 after that event, and I saw it happen. 10 P1000s, chairman 10 was done. Easy, right? Why? Because I brought many people to an event. 1 in 10 of those people get inspired. They say, I'm ready to go P1000, I'm ready to go chairman. I help them, I serve, I do what I need to do with them, boom. I expected it, and I saw it. I expected chairman from the event. What are you expecting from Barcelona? right? To find that strategy you've been waiting for with your trading. Are you expecting that rank you haven't achieved yet? Are you expecting the answer? Are you expecting clarity? Are you expecting, you know, a nugget that you need to get to the next level? What are you expecting? Don't go to any event without expectation. Okay? So the I is inspired, but you need expectation along with that inspiration. And the D family, right, as we bring this to a close, is dedicated and disciplined, right? You have to be dedicated and you have to be disciplined to the cause. You see, it's funny. Most people really fail in this business because they're lazy. You right now, you might be lazy. You're failing your trading because you're lazy. It is what it is, right? You know, you're failing in your business right now because you're lazy. And believing it doesn't work if you're lazy, right? Believing doesn't work if you're lazy. Now, like I said to the girl earlier that I was speaking to, I want you to remember this. Discipline will take you places that motivation can't. You might be fired up. Oh, wow, man, this guy told me how to learn and get paid. I'm fired up. Let me apply this. Tomorrow comes and, you know, you might get the worst bit of news in the morning and you're depressed. You're like, yo, I'm not moving today. I'm not moving out my bed because there's no discipline there. If you have a bit of discipline, when the motivation fades away, the discipline is still there, you're still going to go out there and make things happen. Every morning I wake up, 30 minutes, I adjust to the day, brush my teeth, I wake up, I get in the mood. 30 minutes after that, I exercise, I work out, I go for a run, I do push-ups, I do sit-ups, I do whatever it is I need to do, right? Come back, I shower, 15 minutes. 30 minutes after that, I do meditation. 30 minutes after that, I read a book of personal development. Then I'm ready to have breakfast and go to work, all right? Discipline, 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 discipline. Any successful person will tell you they're disciplined, all right? Because if you're not disciplined to your meetings, to your schedule, to know what you're doing, your day will be messed up. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. So if you don't have to be somewhere at a certain time, then everyone's going, oh yeah, well, I want to meet you at 5 p.m. And then that's going to mess up your day. But because you didn't have a structure to your day, 5 p.m. is going to happen and your day will be messed up. And then 6 p.m. So everything's a knock-on effect. It all starts in the morning. Start to become disciplined in your morning. Have a morning routine, right? Why? Because if you win the morning, you win the day. If you win the day, you win the weeks. If you win the weeks, you win the months, you win the months, you win the year. The more years you win, the better your life is. You win your life. It all starts from the morning, right? So from today, have a morning routine. Wake up, do something with personal development. Do things that are going to grow your body, grow your spirit, and grow your mind. Those are 3 things I do every morning. So now, guess what? I've had mini victories. So whatever obstacle comes up in my day, I'm ready to take. You want to say no? Okay, no problem. Who's next? You want to quit? Okay, no problem. Who's next? Right? Because I already won in the morning. So nothing can stop me from winning for the rest of the day. Some of you guys, you ain't even winning your mornings. Right? You're waking up at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. How do you expect to win in the day? How do you expect to win as an entrepreneur? All right? You need to be disciplined and dedicated. And your dedication comes from your reason why. Why do you need this to work? I spoke to the lady today. I said, why should you go to chairman compared to someone else? Why do you need chairman? What is your reason why? Is your why stronger than the next person I'm going to speak to? Why do you deserve to go chairman? Abdul, why do you deserve to go chairman, Abdul? Derek, Ben, Joe, why? Adam, Ashley, Aisha, why? Chris, why do you deserve to go chairman? You need to know your why so solid. And your why can't be, oh, I want to buy a car, I want to help my mom, I want to help my dad. No, your why needs to be literally paragraphs. I need this, to do that, to do this, to do this, to do that. That's why I need to go chairman. All right? So your why is what's going to increase your dedication, but your discipline is going to take you places where motivation cannot. All right, guys? And again, if you're not willing to do the work necessary, it's very disrespectful to say you should have the results of someone that has. All right? If you're not willing to do the work, if you're not willing to do the presentation, if you're not willing to do the prospecting, to do the promoting of events, if you're not willing to do it, it's very disrespectful to say, oh, I deserve to be a chairman or I deserve to be mentored by this person. No, you don't. Because you're not really doing the work behind the scenes. All right? Well, I encourage every single one of you guys today is to apply what I said and do the work behind the scenes. Only you will know. You can lie to me, you can lie to Chris, you can lie to your upline, you can lie to your mentor. Yeah, I'm presenting, I'm promoting, I'm doing all the work. But you can't lie to yourself. You need to get better every single day. It's you v you in this game. And when I realized that, I went chairman, because it's me against me. It's me getting better every single day. I'm not competing with Chris. I'm not competing with Aisha. I'm competing with me. You're your only competition. All right. Every day, wake up. How am I going to get better today? Am I getting 1% better every day? Did you grow today? You learned on this call. You probably did get better from the school. But tomorrow, I want you to apply what you learned. And trust me, that's when you really see, okay, cool, I'm taking strides. Right? That's when you start to see a massive difference. I wanted to see if I had time for this. Let me see if I can kind of share this with you guys real quick, because, you know, it's been a great call so far. But I definitely wanted to touch on Barcelona. The Barcelona event for all of you guys here right now. Let me see if I can make my phone host. And, you know, I'm just going to really talk about the importance of events, right? The importance of events. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this up. Because sometimes, you know, you might be hearing it and you might be like, yep. Okay, cool. You know, you spoke about conventions, but this is really why you need to be in Barcelona, right? This was me. I'll show you my story real quick. For a lot of you guys that don't know me, this was me working with a bank called Investec, 2017, right? I think I was like, I don't know, 18 or 19, okay? Later on that year, I met Junior Alexander, right? 30th of July, kind of manifested this into my life, 2017. That was me, under the bridge. Met him, you know, showed me the plan, as he does, and he signed me up. I went to an event, my first event, and I met this guy called Edward. I would put him in my journey, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have gone P150. I just came in here to trade, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe every chairman is a trader that just believed, is a trader that never quit, right? You know, I met this guy. He said this. He said, Montel, man, you know, you're so influential, man. You know, you're so young. You're so energetic. You should go P150, man. And I said, bro, what rank are you? He said, I'm a P150, man. I said, listen, I'm 2 and 3. This guy's P150. What is he doing that I'm not doing? Right? What has he done that I can't do? And that inspired me. That's all it took. Right? I didn't need to see the plan. I just said, listen, if this man can do it, so can I. The power of events. Right? So I was 2 and 3 at this point. You know, boom. Went to that event, met him, started to fly up the ranks, right? You're gonna see, boom, 11th of November, 2017, Platinum 1000. We got promoted, me and Junior got promoted at the same time. A couple months later, Platinum 2000, right? 2018, in January, right? Met David Emanite for the first time. He had an event just for P2000s and above. He said, guys, you gotta come to Vegas. We went to Vegas, right? This was March, met the CEO. Guys, ask yourself this. How can you be in business with someone, saying you're in business with I Am Mastery Academy, but you've never really met the CEO, right? How can you be in business with someone, but you've never met the CEO? That's why you need to be at these conventions. You need validation for yourself. You can't really build something to the max if you don't really 100% believe in it. And I'm telling you, you ain't gonna 100% believe in it if you don't even meet the CEO, right? That's like me trying to set up a hotel just from having meetings with a business partner on Zoom. No, how is that hotel gonna be successful? Right? I'm trying to have a real estate business, but my real estate partner, I've only met them on Zoom. I don't know if they're real, right? You need to know Christopher Terry's heart, and you're gonna be able to see that in Barcelona. Okay, went there, saw David again, right? Took a nice little picture, got my P2000 promotion. This was what I was telling you guys. You guys might think, oh, is this guy really the real deal? I'm not lying. This was the man. I even have a picture of it. The guy could not fit in the suit, ladies and gentlemen. I kid you not, right? They all had their jackets, the chairman jackets. My first ever convention, I saw that man. He had like 1,000 personal signups. I said, yo, I said, this guy, 1,000 personal signups, man. If he can do it, there's nothing stopping me. He went chairman 10. I said, I'm going chairman 10. Came back. I grew up in Croydon, right? This was Sherman right here. We started doing events after events after events. We found a place, we found a hotel, Travelodge. We started doing meetings. This was in the same room, guys. Right? You had Charmin over here with her mentor showing the plan. I had another P600 over here showing the plan. Somewhere else in that room, I had someone else showing the plan. I didn't care who. I didn't care what you look like. I didn't care how. Well, obviously, you have to be over 18. But I was showing you the plan. I had people showing the plan. I came back from Vegas. I was inspired. All right. I saw what this company really is. I saw that I'm a part of something bigger than me. And that's what you are. You're a part of I Am Martial Academy. And this is much bigger than you. When you come to Barcelona, you'll see that. And you're going to say, you know what? I need to go all in. Came back from Barcelona. Came back from Vegas. I think this was 30th of April, 5 days after my birthday, just turned either 19 or 20. I think it was 20, hit P5000. From that Vegas convention. If I didn't go Vegas, I would not have hit P5000 that fast. But because I saw what the company was, I came back and I went so much harder. I didn't care who left. There were so many more people coming in, right? Had another events. Austin Godsey, David Aminite, Even Tapio, Dr. Spiller. Started doing my own events in Croydon, right? This is my Croydon team right here. Right? Good memories, man. You got Zane Khan over there, right? I think you can see Sharman Mia here somewhere. Right? You got Junior Alexander. Wow, crazy, right? So, when was this? July. So events to events. Went to Miami, right? Met Alex Morton. Went to more events. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm telling you this is that you have to invest so much just to get there. All right, you have to give it your last penny. Guys, let me show you the date of this, yeah? 10th of May, 2019. Now, when I even tell the story, it gives me goosebumps. I was making money, but I was not managing my money correctly. If you want to know the 6 ways to manage your money, go on my YouTube channel, The Financial Revolution. There's a video on it. I'm not going to explain it right now. We don't have time. But I wasn't managing my money, guys. So I spent my last bit of money. David said, make sure you're in Houston. So the whole company, no one in the UK went, but I said, you know what? I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to go, right? I went by myself, last bit of money. I spoke to David. I said, David, can you sort me out accommodation? He said, yeah, sure. I'll sort you out accommodation. He had an event. He probably got home at like 4 a.m. that night, and I had nowhere to stay. I literally had nowhere to stay because I invested my last bit of money. So you know what? I said, I'm not going to let that stop me. I went in the hotel of the event, and I found like a little couch in like the back room, like the storage rooms, right? I found a couch. That was my bed for the night. I took this video, right? This is literally where I slept for the night, right? I had my little Gucci shoes on. As you guys can see, like it's just some random corridor, right? Some random corridor. I had no money to my name, but that's what it took. These are the things that make you a champ, right? Moritz said the same thing. I went to London on my last dime. Those are the things that make you chairman. Because guess what? David found out. He found out. He said, Montel, man, I'm so sorry. Like, what's going on? He called me straight away. I never really spoke to David at this point. He said, man, you're really serious about this, huh? Like, you came all the way here, your last bit of money. You stayed in a hotel on a couch somewhere. Come to my house. So I got up straight away, went to his house, sat in a Ferrari that I never sat in before, right? I started to believe, right? Went to the event, met Nathan Samuels, Joshua Stewart, Justin Owens, all right? Most important thing about this, I remember, on my way back, I had nowhere to stay. There were so many chairmen. There were like chairman 50s, all of these guys, right? David had a Ferrari. They were like, David, man, can I get a ride in a Ferrari? He said, no one knew me. I was a little P5000 from the UK. He said, no, I'm driving with Montel. I was like, wow. I said, listen, that little moment right there said, I need to go hard. I said, I need to go hard, right? The honor I have for that man, right? That's my mentor. You know what I mean? And that's what you want to be as a leader. You want to be there for your people, no matter what, all right? So, long story short, had that event, came back to London, and I said, listen, Zain Khan said, we have an event, have 100 people here, and you'll go chairman. This wasn't even half the team we had at the London event, as you guys can see. Where was this? What date? I think I screenshotted it, but this was like in 2020, had like around 120 people at the London event. Boom, that was the London event, went chairman a few months after that. All right, guys, we've got Barcelona coming up. You need to be in the room at Barcelona. All right, guys. So that being said, I'm fired up. If you got value, if you're ready to learn and get paid, trust me, I've given you guys the keys today. I'm gonna see you all in Barcelona. If you got value from this call, tag me on Instagram. My Instagram @ is Montelhanson. Let me know what you learned. Let me know if you got value. And family, like I said, I'm gonna see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. If you're gonna apply this information, if you're ready to go chairman, go and drop a 777 in the chat. I'm gonna hand it back to my brother, Mr. Chris. All right, I'm gonna hand it back to Chris K. Appreciate you for having me here, bro. I told you I was gonna deliver. So let me just hand it back over to you, and then you can wrap up the call.